Coach Gary Levitan, and these young men behind me are your Plainedge High School Red Devils. We hope you guys learned a great deal and had fun in the process during the clinic. We hope you take this instructional DVD home and reflect on it and see some of the drills and activities and some of our team that you associated with that night. We know we really enjoyed spending time with each and every one of you. We hope you made friends with our team and our coaching staff and look forward to seeing you at our games. Keep practicing and working hard both in the class and on the field. Remember, we're all Red Devils. The clinic, we started with face-offs. We'd like to start with face-offs since most games, all games, and each quarter starts with a face-off. I'm going to allow the players to introduce themselves who will be teaching the face-off.
Hi, my name is Kevin Kennedy. I play midfield for the Plainedge Red Devils.
I'm Joe Cusimano, number 28. I play midfield.
I'm Dylan Levies, and I'm number 15, and I play midi for the Plainedge Red Devils.
Eric Kennedy, I'm number 23. I play midfield for the Plainedge Red Devils.
Okay. All right, so now, Joe, we're going to have two of our players come on down and demonstrate the face-off. Joe will get down in his stance first. And now Kevin. The first move we're going to demonstrate, which is the easiest face-off move and the most popular, is the clamp. All right? Notice how the weight of their feet, the weight of their body, they're on their toes. Their right foot is close to their right glove. They're square their hips to the opponent, and both of them want to line up as close to the ball as possible. When I say go, they're both going to demonstrate the clamp. Go. Notice how they turn their club face down onto the ball, and then pull it out for the wing play. Very good. The next move we'd like to demonstrate is the rake. All right. For each and every move in lacrosse for face-offs, there is a counter move, just like in chess. So if somebody is raking, the best move to beat a rake would be the clamp. All right, which we demonstrated first. The rake, which Kevin will go through slowly. All right, go. Is just pulling the ball out to a wing as fast as possible. Very good. Now, to beat a rake, there's a move called the jump move. All right? The jump move is when the player jumps over the ball and pulls it back to them as quickly as possible. All right? We'll demonstrate that again. Go. Very good. So as you can see, face-off play is very important. Some drills that you can do at home. We are going to line up players onto the black line. Each of them will have a ball. At home, you can get an auditory tape, and on that tape you can record a whistle being blown every 15 seconds so that you can get a good 5-10 minutes of face-off play. What we're going to do now is line up each of the guys on the black line. When I blow my whistle, we're going to do the clamp. Down, set, good, reset. Down, set, last one, down, set, very good. The next one we'll demonstrate is the rake. Down, set, one more, down, set, good. The last one which we talked about was the jump, down, set, and last time, down, set, very good.
We talked about face-offs a lot, and face-offs are a lot like a game of rock, paper, scissors, where it's a game of chess match, where if one person is beating you consistently, you have to change your move to counteract the move that was just done. What Kevin's going to do is Kevin's going to get down, and he's going to use the rake technique. Joe's going to use the clamp. Now, the rake would beat the clamp majority of the time. So, set, go. The next move in our game of rock, paper, scissors is the jump, which would beat the rake. Kevin's going to demonstrate the jump, while Joe demonstrates the rake. Go. Very good. And in our last counter move, the clamp beats the jump. So Kevin will demonstrate the clamp, and Joe will demonstrate the jump. Again, these moves are based on the majority of the time. They don't work all the time as a counter move. Set, go. Face-offs are an incredibly important part of the game. The ball is on the floor most of the game, and face-offs dictate who has the ball and who controls the ball. The next segment we're going to talk about is catching and throwing, which are two very important features. We're very fortunate today to have a former player, a high school all-county player and collegiate player, Matt Dolan, here to help explain the drills and the technique and to help us show some wall drills.
My name is Nick Castellaneta. I'm number 10. I play midfield.
I'm Mike McQuaid, number 7, midfield.
I'm Rich Rizzo, number 21, midfield.
The first aspect of throwing is to first give your teammate a target. So you want to give your teammate a target. You want to keep the stick up in the box area. Matt, can you please show everyone where the box area would be? When the ball is thrown, you want to meet the ball in the air. Do not stay stationary while catching or throwing. Don't snatch at the ball. We want to catch the ball with ease, almost like an egg toss. We want to give a little bit as we're catching, and the stick should be in front of our face so we can see the ball into the pocket. For throwing, it should be for speed and accuracy. Try not to lob the ball. Lead your intended target. Your stick is like a lever. The bottom hand serves as the fulcrum. By sliding the top hand down the shaft while pushing forward, as the bottom hand is pulled towards the body, the ball is released with a sharp snap. Some drills that you can do to learn throwing and catching are wall drills. The first one, which all 4 players will demonstrate, is right hand quick stick. Each person should do these drills about 50 times. If you do something righty, it should always be done lefty. This is very good for beginners and always easy to find a wall. The next drill would be a one-hand catch and cradle. This is for intermediates, for those who are in higher grade levels or more advanced skill. And lastly, the one-handed quick stick for those who are very advanced. We want to catch and release as quickly as possible. Throwing and catching is about practice, practice, and practice. As you can see, sometimes you don't need a partner to learn and to increase your skill level in lacrosse. All you need is a wall and a ball. The proper technique again for throwing is the stick acts like a lever. Notice how Matt slides his top hand down halfway and his bottom hand is pulled towards his body, which makes a snap-like effect with the stick. When Matt catches, the stick is out in front of him, so he can visualize and see the ball into his stick. When he catches, he gives, so the ball does not go out of his stick. That is the proper technique for catching and throwing. In this segment, we're going to talk about shooting. We're very fortunate again to have a former player, Dom Toscano, who holds the school record for most goals and points in a career, and also owns the school record at Molloy College for most goals and points in a career. Dom is also a collegiate All-American.
Thank you, Gary. Real quick, just want to introduce the guys here.
Hi, I'm Mike Rossi. I'm number 12. I play attack.
I'm Paul Benedetto, number 17. I play attack.
I'm James Van Way, number 5 from midfield.
Thank you, fellas. Okay, so I'm going to talk about some shooting techniques for you. First thing I want to go into is hand position. Now, proper hand positions. A lot of guys like to choke up on their sticks. Get rid of that now. A lot of guys hold their sticks like this. Set it out the door. You want to have your top hand located in the middle of your stick, and when you have your bottom hand on the bottom. Okay? Now, the first thing you want to do is you want to get your body position down. A lot of guys are shooting off balance, shooting off their back foot. You want to get your hands in the right position. You want to get them off your body, and we plant it in the ground. Now your feet should be square with your shoulders. If the net's over there, you should be stepping almost like you're throwing a baseball. Step with your left foot. Your hips are going to bring the rest of your body with you, and you're going to follow through. Okay? Now, if I can have Matt Dolan out here, Matt Dolan's going to go over a little stick protection with us. He's going to do a little shooting from the top on the run. You want to shoot this way? You're going left or right? Going right. Okay. Now, Matt's going to do the same thing. He's going to have the same body protection. He's going to have a stick. You going this way? Okay. He's going to have a stick on the outside. You want to walk through it, sir? Stick on the outside. He's protecting his stick. His hands are away from his body. His hips are square. His feet are square with his shoulders. And then he's going to turn, and he's going to follow through with his hips so that his stick comes right with him. Can you do it again? A little slow motion for me. As you see, his stick is between him and the defenseman. He's between the stick and the defenseman. Protecting. His shoulders and hips are going to come through and bring the stick with him. Now, an important thing to remember when you're shooting is it doesn't matter if you shoot 150 miles an hour. It doesn't matter if you shoot 200 miles an hour. The thing is location. So take a little bit off for now until you learn how to pick your corners. Whenever you have a goalie in net, best place to shoot is off stick side at the hip. Hardest place for a goalie to turn because he's got to move his hands all the way around. Next places to shoot are the opposite corners. Your top left and your bottom left. Now for those shooting on a lefty goalie, it's going to be the same thing. Opposite stick side at the hip and then your two corners. Okay? Now, a lot of guys shooting sidearm, shooting underhand. Best thing to do when shooting on a goalie is shoot overhand. Okay? Not only can you hide your stick from the goalie, but you can also decide where you're going to go. Shoot high or shoot low. The goalie doesn't know which way you're going. As soon as you shoot sidearm, the goalie's going to know you're going to be staying on one level. If you shoot low, you're going to be shooting low. Goalies at the better levels are going to know exactly where you're shooting before you throw the ball. So make sure your hands are up, your body's square, shooting overhand, step, follow through, and pick your spots. Now we're going to take the stick skills we just learned, and we're going to implement them here. Mr. Van Wee is going to be our first shooter, and I'm sure he's going to do it perfectly. Hand's going to be out. He's going to step. And as you saw, his hips followed through and brought his stick right with him. Mr. Dolan's going to be next. Hands are out. As you can see, Mr. Dolan has shot a little bit sidearm. Because it was sidearm, the shot stayed level the whole time and didn't move. Easy save for the goalie. Next, Mr. Rossi. Hands are out, steps, follows through. Good. Because he kept his stick high, the shot was able to go down towards the goalie. That's a good for a bounce shot, which is probably the hardest save to make, especially when you're playing on a dirt ground, because if it hits a rock, it's going to take a different bounce. Next, our lefty shooter, for all you lefties out there, Mr. Paulie Benedetto. Excellent. Shot overhand, was able to pick the top right corner.
Don, why don't you shoot one?
Hey, Don.
See you pick a corner. Okay. See if I can do this. Hand's going to be out. Now, for all you tackmen out there and all you middies who happen to invert behind to X, we're going to go over one of the most important parts of dodging, getting to 5 and 5. From 5 and 5, you can dodge to beat your defenseman to the inside or to the outside of the crease. Now 5 and 5 is 5 yards in front and 5 yards to the side of the goal. If Paulie can show us, Paulie's going to start here as the lefty. He's going to dodge to the left, hard. He's going to keep his stick protected to the defenseman. He's going to get 5 yards up, and then he's going to roll back. As you can see, Paulie was 5 yards out and 5 yards up. This makes sure that the defenseman from the crease can't slide to you, and the defenseman from the side can't slide. Now, once you've mastered going to 5 and 5, you learn where you are on the play of the field, you can start dodging from there. First dodge Paulie's going to show us is the rocker step. Now with the rocker step, you're going to drive hard to 5 and 5, you're going to throw a fake dodge to your defenseman, and come back shooting the other way. When you get to 5 and 5, you can either fake left and shoot to the inside, or you can fake back to the middle and shoot to the outside. Paulie, why don't you show us shooting to the inside first? As you can see, Paulie protected his stick the whole time. Once he rocked back, he got the defenseman to follow him and was able to have a clear shot towards the middle. Now if you can, show us the rocker step to the outside. Same thing. Because he faked to the inside, he was able to roll back, draws defenseman sticks come here, takes a step, bam. And what you want to aim for when you do the rocker or any dodge from 5 and 5 when you shoot to the outside is the opposite bottom corner. The reason for this is whenever goalie's in net, he's going to be on the pipe, standing up. He's going to be taking as much angle away from here as you can. You're going to have the whole bottom part of the net to shoot at. Next dodge we're going to do is the inside roll. Mr. Ross is going to demonstrate this to us. Now what the inside roll is, it's a way to protect your stick the entire time, and instead of switching hands when you dodge, you're going to get to 5 and 5, roll back, keep the stick tight to your chest, step, and it's just a little shot. Not too much power, but a lot of accuracy on it. Make sure you pick your spots. Also, if you want, you can always throw a fake high, shoot low and at the goalie, or fake low and shoot high. Please demonstrate for us. As you saw right there, Mr. Rossi, he came, protecting his stick the whole way in, had it tight to his body, rolled back, still unable to see my stick from the defenseman's point of view, comes in, and it's just an easy goal, easy little dump. If you can you show it to us from the left side also? Once again, protecting his stick the whole time, comes in for the easy layup. What are you doing? Okay, now, a move that's good for a little bit more of our advanced players, some of the 5th and 6th graders, 3rd and 4th graders, more than welcome to try this out. We're going to do the question mark. This is something you'll see in the higher levels, quick, fast shot, hard for the goalie to save because you're turning fast and you can shoot high and you can shoot low on it. Now what the question mark is, same thing, get into 5 and 5, coming back, you're exploding out of your dodge, you can either shoot high or you can shoot low. Mr. Van Wee, please show us from the left side. He's going to drive, protect his stick, and he's just going to hop up, pick the corner. Once again, aim for the bottom corner. Excellent. If you can, please show it to us from the right side now. Same thing. He's protecting his stick, stopping on his pivot foot, taking that step out away from his defenseman to create room so he can't get checked, turning, stick protected the whole side, picking his corner. And that's the question mark, the rocker step, and the inside roll. Those are the proper shooting techniques. Now, it's not going to come overnight, so you got to make sure you practice as soon as you can, as much as you can, whenever you can. Remember, the most important thing about this sport is loving it. Because if you don't love it, you're not going to have any fun.
In our next segment, we're going to talk about agility drills, things that you can do with your stick to quicken your footwork and your agility, which will help you advance in the game. All you would need at home is about 4 or 5 cones. You can do these drills by yourself, and it's a great way to quicken your feet in a game that's probably the fastest game on 2 feet. With me to help, I have a former player and former captain, Dan Toscano. Dan is currently at Malloy College playing lacrosse.
Hi, I'm Danny Rogers. I play midfield for the Plainedge Red Devils.
I am Bob McDonough. I play attack for the Plainedge Red Devils.
The guys will first demonstrate. Danny will demonstrate first. What he's going to demonstrate first is something called hot feet. What it is quick stutter steps of your feet, pretending that your feet are on hot coals. This works on agility and keeping your feet quick and balanced. Danny's stick is in the proper technique, still up in the box, which we talked about earlier. Very good. And then he'll come back this way. Stay there. And now you're going to do a face dodge. Okay. All right. The next drill we're going to do is a face dodge. Danny's going to keep his stick up, bring it across his face, and protect it on his far shoulder, and then bring the stick back once he's past his defender. At each cone, stick protection is a major point of emphasis here. Very good. The next drill that Danny will do is Danny's going to do a split dodge. A split dodge is a quick jab step almost at your defender. It keeps your defender off balance so they don't know which direction that you're going to go. All right, we'll do the next ones at full speed. Very good. And the last drill is going to be a roll dodge. All you would have to do is move the cones over. When Danny rolls, he is going to put his roll foot pointed towards the next cone. Stick protection again. Danny drops the stick between his legs, keeps the stick head in front of his face, his elbows extended to protect the stick at all times. The guys will go through hot step first. Quick feet. Good. Remembering to keep the stick head up in the box. Every drill we do, if you're running or conditioning, the stick should always be in the proper technique. Next we'll do a face dodge. Stick protection again. And split dodge. Split. They call it split dodge. Our feet are separate. They're split. And Danny will go through one more time at full speed the roll dodge. When doing these drills, it's very important that you do it with proper technique. Speed is not as important as technique at this point.
Hello everybody, my name is Sean Krieg, assistant coach at Plainedge High School, and I'll work with the defense and the goalies. Today we're going to have a couple of players work on some stick control drills and some stick checking. I'd like to introduce a couple of players here.
Hi, my name is Connor Duras. I'm number 27 and I play defense for the Red Devils.
I'm Harry Bodine. I'm number 14. I play defense.
Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we call this a stick control drill, and the player's going to go through a series of checks that we generally work on. 3 basic checks for defensemen are slap, lift, and poke, and these are going to help the kids to control the sticks. That's a key thing to playing defense. We don't want penalties. We don't want to hit players in the head. So one of the key things when we do this is we're going to keep the stick between the shoulders and the thighs, and that's going to make sure that we're not going to be tripping the player or hitting the player in the head. The first thing Connor's going to do is start out with an M. You can do this for 30 seconds at a stretch. All right, he's working on getting the stick over the top, and it is in the shape of an M. You're going to work on speed and power, and do it as quickly as possible. Okay, the next thing we're going to work on, which is simulating a lift check, we're going to work on a W. So you're going to come underneath and come in between the hands. We don't want to hit the hands. Notice Connor is also not bringing the stick below the player's knees. So we don't want to bring it below the knees or above the shoulders to make sure we don't get slashes. Okay, and the last stick control drill is going to be a figure 8. The defensive player is going to weave a stick in between and try to keep a tight figure 8 around the other player's hands as fast as possible. Younger players want to start out very slow doing this, and then as you get better at it, you're going to want to pick up the speed. One thing advanced players can also do is to add a little weight to their shaft. They can put a little sand in it, or some players have even put cement in it. You know, the heavier stick's going to have the players, it's going to help the players strengthen their forearms and control their stick. You can do your figure 8s forward and backwards, again, for 30 seconds at a stretch. Okay, the second drill we're going to do is a poke check drill. It also incorporates some footwork and making sure the players are in a proper stance. We're going to introduce the players first before we do this drill.
My name's Alex Greenstein. I'm number 18 and I play defense.
Tim Medell, number 8, play defense.
Matt Engel, number 35, I play defense.
I'm Cody Haroff, I'm number 16, I play defense.
Okay, we're going to start out this drill with a line of players. The players are going to put their sticks out in front of them. The players should always be wearing gloves when they're doing this and always be wearing helmets. We can work our series of checks, poke, slap, and lift check while doing this. This also is going to incorporate footwork as well. So the player, Greenstein, is going to get down in ready position. Notice how these knees are bent, feet are about shoulder width apart, right? He's in an athletic position. Okay, he's going to throw a poke check on the first stick. He's going to shuffle down the line. We don't want the players crossing their feet. We want to make sure they make solid contact with the stick. He will now get at the end of the line. The next player will step out and do the same thing. Throw a poke, shuffle down the line. A couple of things to remember when throwing the poke check. Come on out here, Matt. It's a lot like playing pool. Matt is not going to lunge and step forward towards the player. He's just going to slide the stick through his bottom hand and try to make contact with the stick as powerfully as possible. Shuffle down the line and then get out to the end. This drill can be done shuffling left-handed or right-handed. Either way, again, you're working on footwork and making sure the player's in a proper position and controlling the stick, which is important at any level.
Okay, whenever you, okay.
2 variations on the poke check drill. We can also incorporate the slap and the lift check. We'll set up in the same position. Notice now the players have 2 hands on their stick, which are going to simulate a player who is shooting or passing the ball. When a player has 2 hands on the stick, we want to get all over the bottom hand. And to do that, we can use a slap check or a lift check. We're going to start out with a lift check. Same idea. Again, Greenstein is in an athletic position. Okay, we're going to gently place our stick underneath the glove and lift. It is not flying the stick up over the player's head. It's a short, 1 foot, 12-inch check. He's going to shuffle down. Get on the next player, lift. Get down the line, lift, and then he's going to step in line just like the poke check drill. Next player is going to come out, lift check, shuffle down the line, lift, lift. These are gentle lifts just to try to disrupt the player's shooting or throwing motion. We're not going to come flying up with the stick because we're likely to hit him in the helmet and get a slash. And Matt's going to go on down the line, slight lift, Player, again, wants to keep the stick between the knees and the shoulder blades. We don't want to get the stick out of that range because that's where we're going to wind up getting penalties. The other variation we can do is also to do a slap check. So we can, again, work it in both directions. Matt is now going to come out and show us a slap check. We'll do the same thing, taking the line the other way. Slap check is going to be a short chop downward on the bottom hand. All right, again, we don't want to come down with the stick overhead. We want to keep the stick in between the shoulders and the thighs, and just a quick, powerful chop, slap down on the gloves. Shuffle down, slap, slap, and then Matt's going to get in line. Timmy will step out, slaps down the line. Slaps down the line, and then finally Cody. All right, so you do 3 variations of this drill. The key, though, is, again, keeping the stick between the shoulders and the knees to make sure we don't get penalties, and controlling the stick. Very important at any level. It's hard to play lacrosse when you're a man down.
Hi, I'm Coach Shields from the Plainedge JV lacrosse team. Myself and James are going to show you a position play. It's called staying topside. Whenever a defenseman is playing a player behind the net, generally they want to give him one step ahead. They want him to lead by 1, maybe 2 steps. As the player starts to advance to reach GLE, the defenseman then wants to catch up to him and deny him topside. The key point here is to swivel your butt and get on top of him. You do not want to chase him on a straight line because then he'll work around and get ahead of you. What you want to do is, as he breaks the corner, you want to get your butt on top of him and you want to apply gloves and push him down and deny him the upper position. This is called staying topside. A lot of times in the field I like to say keep him down to remind the players to use their gloves and not their stick. So as James turns the corner on me, I start to catch up on him, I apply my gloves, get my butt on top, deny him the position, push him back, and he'll probably go the other direction. I'll trail him by 1 step in this direction, and as he turns the corner, I try to catch up, apply my gloves, swing my butt on top of him, and deny him the upper position again. You never want to let him get around you. If he beats you, he should be beating you on the inside.
Okay, the next segment we're going to talk about goaltender play. The goalie is the most important part of the defense because ultimately it's their responsibility to stop the ball. Very important player, key player on the defense. We're going to introduce our starting goalie this year.
Hi, I'm Rob Blares. I'm number 31 on Plainedge, and I started off the PAL just like you guys.
Okay, the first thing we're going to talk about is the goaltender stance. Rob is going to get in his stance. Notice his feet are about shoulder width apart. He's on the balls of his feet. He's crouched down slightly. His hands are out in front of him, approximately 1 foot to 1.5 foot apart, and his stick is in a ready position, ready to go, and his hands are out in front of him. This is the stance for a goaltender, and of course, depending upon your age and your experience, your stance might be slightly different, but always it's important to be ready to go when you're a goalie. We're going to start out talking about how to make basic saves, and there are some couple of key rules for goalies to follow. Number 1 is to always attack the ball and step towards the ball. So we're going to start out with a stick side high save. All right, you're going to notice that Rob steps to the ball and attacks the ball, and he basically is punching his hands towards the ball. And he follows up the initial step with the second step to get his feet square to make the save, and notice also he's keeping his eyes on the ball. That's the key for the goalie.
Whenever you're ready, Sean.
Okay, the next type of save we're going to focus on is the bounce shot. Bounce shots typically are the hardest for goalies to save, but the same rules apply, and the number 1 rule is to attack the ball. So Rob is in his ready position, same as before. Okay, he's going to attack the ball where it's going to bounce. Take a look at that again. Okay, notice his down position. He has his feet shoulder width apart. The stick is slightly angled forward. That way, if the ball does bounce up and there's a rebound, it's going to go straight down. Okay, attacking the ball is also important. If the goalie does not attack the ball, okay, Rob, just get back in your ready position again. If the goalie does not attack the ball, it's very likely that the ball can go by him and into the cage. By attacking the ball, you're going to cut off the angle on all bounce shots. Okay, a couple of drills that you can do with goaltenders. Any drill that really works on their hand speed and their agility and their footwork is always going to be a good thing for a goalie. So one of the things we're going to do is just a simple ball toss. The goalie's going to be in the cage without stick or gloves. You're going to be in his ready position, just going to lightly toss the ball. Notice Rob is going to attack the ball, punch with both hands, and catch the ball. I can start out stick side high. I can start out off stick high. I can throw hip shots to the stick side. I can throw hip shots to the off side. Notice again, on every shot, Rob's attacking the ball and punching with both hands. Again, depending upon level of experience and age, you can increase the shot speed, throw it a little bit harder, throw it a little bit softer, depending upon the player you're dealing with. But again, this is going to work on footwork, attacking the ball, and hand quickness. Okay, the next drill we're going to work on is called a smother drill. This drill is going to focus on taking care of bounce shots, attacking the ball, and quickly getting back into a ready position. One thing about a goalie, can't have a long memory. You've got to quickly forget the last shot and get ready for the next shot. So this smother drill, Rob's going to be in his ready position. You're going to toss bounce shots. He's going to smother it, get back in the ready position, smother it. Okay, and typically you want to start with about 10 balls. You can do 20, as many as your goaltender will allow. Again, you want to focus on attacking the ball, punching with that top hand, getting the stick over the top, and then getting quickly back into the ready position. One of the last things we're going to talk about is goalie positioning in the cage in relation to where the ball is on the field. One of the big things about being a goaltender, you don't always have to be the quickest and the fastest in terms of your stick. Sometimes you just got to be the smartest and in the best position to make the saves. And we're going to talk a little bit about positioning in the cage. I'm going to be a righty shooter in the righty alley, down the right side of the cage. It will be to the goaltender's left-hand side. Notice Rob is in his ready position always. He is shutting off the pipe by standing in that towards the left side of the pipe. The only shot that I really have is that far side shot, and Rob knows that. So if I take that shot, he's going to be able to step and attack the ball and make that save. As I move, Rob is also going to move. Now I come to the middle of the field. Okay, one, I can stand right in the middle. I may also, depending if I'm a righty, I may also stand a little bit to my left. Okay, again, taking care of the off-stick side because those are the most difficult shots to save. Rob knows what he's giving up now. He's giving up that stick side shot, so when I shoot there, he's ready to attack it. As I move now to the left wing, or the goaltender's right side, again, he closes off the pipe by having his feet in the right position. His stick is ready. The only thing I really see right now is that offside shot, and he knows that and can easily step and make the save. So besides being ready to attack the ball and attacking it, one of the key things is just being in the right position. Being hit by the ball sometimes is just as good as making a save because the ball didn't go in the cage.
I'd like to again take this opportunity to thank everybody for coming out to the clinic, for enjoying the DVD, and for learning and continuing to grow within the PAL. Support the PAL, support Plainedge, and support the varsity team. See you next year. Demonstrate the work. All right, Matt, you ready?